click on the subscription button below before you start watching, so that you can preserve yourself for more videos in the future. Okay, so we are discussing simultaneous equations. So let's look at this one here. Okay, this is simultaneous equations. It is very important for you to know what an equation is. Okay, and I've just written some definitions for some terms which I thought you need to know for you to know how to answer questions on simultaneous equations. Okay, so what is an equation? That is a very important question that you need to ask yourself. Okay, because that is when you are going to gain an understanding of what you will be doing regarding this topic. Okay, so an equation is nothing but a mathematical statement which shows that one side of a mathematical expression is equal to the other. Okay, how is that? Just take for example, okay, if I have 2x, all right, if I have 2x plus let's say b is equal to 2b, okay, is equal to let's say 2b minus x, right? Okay, if plus, let's say plus 10 here, okay, we have that one. Okay, right, so we have that's plus 10, right, and let's say minus b. Okay, so if this is an equation, it can be like this one. It means one side of the equation, okay, either the first part is equal to the second part, right? Okay, now a simple one can just be 2x, okay, is equal to let's say 4. Okay, this is an equation, right? This is an equation, and you can solve for the value of x. It is showing you to say for any value of x on one side of this equation is equal to the other, right, upon you finding the value of x. So that's what an equation is all about. Now in this lesson we are talking about simultaneous equations. Okay, so simultaneous simply means doing something at the same time. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to be solving some pair of equations, okay, like this one here, our first example, solving these two equations at the same time. That's what it means by simultaneous equations. They have to be solved at the same time. Okay, so we have example of simultaneous equations. Okay, so we have the first one there, the second one there, and the third one there. So these are just one of the few equations, systems of equations that you can solve at the same time. Okay, so there are various methods that you can use to solve for the variables, okay, for the values of the variables in your simultaneous equation. Okay, now in this video we are just going to discuss three methods. Okay, that is substitution method, elimination method, and matrix method. Okay, if there's another method that you think you need to know, you can just send me the video or the question, then I'm going to create the video for you. Okay, alright, so let's get started. We are going to start with substitution method. Okay, we want to look at how do we solve simultaneous equations using substitution method. Right, so here I have put 2 points which you need to remember regarding this method, that is substitution. Okay, you need to first of all remember we have two equations. Okay, we have a pair of equations in each of the questions above. Okay, so what you need to do, you need to choose. Okay, that's the first point here. Okay, this one, you need to choose the variable in either of the equations, okay, and make that variable the subject of the formula. I think that's the simplest way to understand this. Okay, and then when you do that, you need to substitute in the remaining equations. Okay, so let's do this. Let's make this equation to be A, okay, and this one to be B, okay. Just want you to understand, but you don't have to do this once you understand and when you are solving or when you're answering your exam questions, okay. So we have equation A, okay. Equation A, it's very simple for us. We can easily make x or y the subject of the formula, right? So we are still on the first point, okay, using substitution, okay. So that is A, equation A. Equation A is, okay, let me just change the color. I think this color is not good. Okay, let's use black. Okay, so the equation we have is x, right, plus y. We have x plus y is equal to 1, right? So from here, remember the first point, when using substitution method, you need to make one of the variables the subject of the formula, okay. So let's make x the subject of the formula. If you want, you can make y the subject of the formula, okay. I'm going to use both expressions for x and for y, okay. So for x, we are going to have x is equal to 1 minus y, right? That is if we make x the subject of the formula, or, okay, if you decide to make y, then you are going to have y is equal to 1 minus x, right? Okay, so we are done with part A, okay. We've used equation A, okay, to make x and y the subject of the formulas, okay. Now what you need to do, you need to take the remaining equation, okay. So in this case, this is equation B, okay. So let me just again okay, show you this, okay. So equation B now, okay, let's take equation B. So equation B is x, right, minus 2y is equal to 10, right? So what we need to do, we need to substitute, okay. Now we are on the second point here. You need to substitute, or rather to plug in the remaining equation, okay. So the remaining equation is equation B, okay. So we take equation B and substitute x or y, whichever you choose, with that variable, okay. So in this case, in the first one, let's use x, okay. We said we made x the subject of the formula, that is x is equal to 1 minus y, right? So we are going to substitute wherever we have x in this equation B, okay, that is this equation, okay. Wherever we have x, we are going to substitute with 1 minus y, okay. That's what it means when we say substitution method. So here we have x, so we are going to substitute this with 1 minus y, okay. So this is where we add x, then everything remains. So we have 2y is equal to 10, okay, is equal to 10, right? Next, we need to so if you've used let's say y, okay, if you choose y, okay, let me do this. If you've chosen y, let's also substitute this side. We use equation B again, the same equation, okay. Now this time we want to substitute where we have y, okay. Remember, if you made y the subject of the formula, and then your expression is y is equal to 1 minus x, okay. So if we substitute where there is y with the expression for y, what we are going to have, okay, so we have x as equation B minus 2, right? Now here we have 2y, so where there is y, we are going to substitute with 1 minus x, okay. 1 minus x is equal to 10, okay, is equal to 10, right? So let's see what you're going to have here. So here we're going to have 1 minus, that's y, minus 2y, right? Okay, sorry about that. So minus 2y, that's minus 2y is equal to 10, okay. Now what is this giving you? So this will give you negative 3y, right, is equal to, that will be 10 minus 1 and that will give you 9, right? Okay, so dividing both sides by -3, okay, and here -3, you apply cancellation rule, okay, you're going to get y is equal to, that's -3, right? Okay, so this is the value of y. Now if you substituted with y is equal to 1 minus x, what you are going to get is the value of x. Okay, look at this. So you're going to get x minus that's 2, which is -2 by 1, and then we have -2 by -x, that will give you positive 2x. Okay, that will give you positive 2x, right, is equal to, okay, is equal to what? That will give you 10. You still have 10 there. Okay, now what you're going to have here is 3x, right? You have 3x, that's if you add, okay, is equal to, now 10 plus 2, that will give you 12. Okay, you divide both sides by 3. Okay, you apply cancellation rule. X is also 3, not 3, sorry about that. That's 12 divided by 3, that will give you 4. Okay, so this is the first part when using substitution method. So you can either choose to make x the subject of the formula and solve for y, okay, after substituting, or you can make y the subject of the formula, you substitute and solve for the value of x. Okay, so this is just the first part. You need to choose any of the two here, okay, either x or y. Okay, now the second step, suppose we used the first part here. Okay, suppose we used part 1. Okay, we made, that means suppose we use the expression x is equal to 1 minus y. That means we made x the subject of the formula in the first equation, that is equation A, right? So after doing that, the way we have solved, okay, after making x the subject of the formula, we have solved for the value of y, right? So to solve for the value of x, okay, you assume the second part, this one is we didn't do that. Okay, we just made x the subject of the formula. Okay, so we assume what we have is just the value of y, which is -3. Okay, so what you need to do in the next step is to solve for the value of x. Okay, how do you do that? You choose, or you get the remaining equation, one of the two equations. Okay, you can get either the first one, the same one you made the subject of the formula, or the other. All right, because we have the value of y, which is -3. Okay, so we can again choose any of the equations, either the first one, which is a, or b. Okay, let's take b. Okay, or let's take let's just use a. Okay, there's something I want you to understand here. Okay, so we have plus y is equal to 1. This was our equation 1, right? Now we have found the value of y here, okay, to be y is equal to -3, right? Okay, so since y is equal to -3, we are going to substitute here, and we are going to have this, that's 1. Okay, that's +1 here. Okay, so we are going to have x is equal to, this will give you 4, isn't it? Yes, so this will give you 4. Here there is something that you can confirm. Okay, remember in the first part, remember this is the first part here. Okay, when we used the expression for x, we solved for the value of y, which was -3, and then when you choose to use the expression for y, which is y is equal to 1 minus x, you get the value of x to be 4. And here this has been this is in line with what we have found here. Okay, despite in the first part here we used we solved for x to be the value of 4 after using the expression for y, and here by just substituting with the value of y that we found in the first part, we have confirmed that x is equal to 4. So this is true. All right, if you want, you don't use this in the first part, okay, you can use equation B as well. Okay, you can substitute in equation B as long as you have one value of the variable there, okay, either x or y. Okay, so if you want to solve or to use the equation B to substitute, where you have the equation the value of y to be -3, okay, this one, you can substitute in the equation B, that is x minus 2y, okay, is equal to 10. So here, remember, we have in the first part we found y is equal to -3. So what you need to do, you substitute there, okay, with -3, which is equal to 10, and what you are going to get, that will be x is equal to 10 minus 6, right? Okay, again, it is still giving you x is equal to 4. Okay, x is equal to 4. So anyway you can use, okay, any method you can use, you still get the same thing. All right, okay, so let's do the same in the second video. Okay, in the second video we are going to use to solve example 2 using the same method, that is elimination, that is substitution method, I mean. Okay, let me check the minutes. Okay, I think we still have time. We can proceed, we can solve this one. Hope you've gotten knowledge from the first example here, because I'm going to be fast in the second example. Okay, all right, so remember, you choose from your equation, either the first one or the second one, which one can be easy for you to express one variable in terms of the other. So equation B will be easy for us, right? So we can substitute. Okay, this time let's substitute with y is equal to, when you make y the subject of the formula, what you are going to have is 15, right, minus x. Okay, this is what you have, okay, from equation A, or let's say equation B. So this is how equation B has become. Okay, now what do you need to do? Substitute now this equation into the remaining equation, which is equation B. Okay, so equation B, that's equation A, sorry. Okay, so the remaining equation is equation A, this one. So we're going to substitute where there is y with 15 minus x. Okay, so we have 2x as the first equation minus 3. So where there is y, we are going to substitute with that is by 15 minus x. Okay, this is equal to 10, right? So what we are going to get here, we are going to have again 2x, okay, minus 3 times 15, that is going to give you 45. Okay, negative 3 times negative x, that is going to give you positive 3x, right? Okay, this is equal to 10 again. Okay, so what are you going to have here? So here you're going to have 5x, right? So you're going to have 5x this side. Okay, that's 5x. Now 45 plus 10, you're going to have 55, right? Okay, so that will be 55 this side. Okay, dividing both sides by 5, okay, and here by 5, you are going to find your value of x to be 11, right? So your value of x is 11. Okay, then we can solve for the value of y. Again, how are we going to do that? We just get the equation. We can get this equation which we made, in which we made y the subject of the formula, which is y is equal to 15, right, minus x. Remember, we have found the value of x, which is 11. Okay, so our y is going to be 15 minus x, which is 11. So that is 15 minus 11. And we are going to get y is equal to 4. Okay, y is equal to 4. All right, so I have showed you how to use the method, how to use the elimination method. Okay, now what you need to do, here is a task for you. Okay, here is a task for you. So the task for you is right here. You need to use substitution method to solve this equation here. Okay, so do that, and then you can just send me in the group. I'm going to correct you if there is anywhere